Welcome back, everybody. Dren608 plays. We're playing Baldur's Gate 3 here. I have 3 more people to talk to. Um, I was going to talk to Wyll next.
Well met.
Well, this is all I have to say to him. What do you think of the potential the Dream Visitors spoke of?
I think that unknowable powers come with unknowable consequences. I can't say I'm not curious. But once you've taken a lithid by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you.
Oh, try this persuasion here. I actually made it. I didn't think I'd make that. Okay, maybe I can keep him.
Yes, I suppose we should. Though I'm more than a bit wary.
That's fine.
Still, I am the frontier's avowed protector. New dangers require new skills to vanquish them. If the Tadpole must be my curse, then let the powers it grants me be the Sword Coast's blessing. I will consume what I must to make it so.
Okay, so he's... Okay. So it looks like he's going to be willing to possibly use it. Then I need to talk to Gale, and I'm going to finish talking with Halsin before I go
Will
to sleep.
Voss have to show for himself when we catch up with him, I wonder? His intelligence may yet prove the key to unlocking the artifact's secrets. We should ensure we follow up when we reach Baldur's Gate.
If I ever get there. Talk about Mistra, or how are you feeling? Let's talk about Mistra.
She expects those who seek to use the weave to do so honestly, and with respect for its potential to destroy, as well as its potential to save. I doubt she's asked many of her followers to blow themselves up. That's a fate she's bequeathed exclusively to me. She wouldn't ask such a thing if it weren't our only means of survival. However much she's annoyed at me.
I was wondering about that mighty lord you told me.
Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistril, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god. To know yourself, to be untouchable. To be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistril sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistril. The end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
All magic was gone?
For a spell, Mistril was reborn as Mistra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
Well, I'm gonna ask that
Oh,
question.
you know me, ever the optimist. I'm trying to focus on the positives. Truth is, I was living on borrowed time already. Consuming those items would only have kept the orb sated for so long. If anything, I feel more at peace than I have in months. At least now I know my death will have purpose. It won't be a distant bang in the footnotes of history.
Okay. Let's ask him about having a vampire in our
I
camp.
know what it is to hunger. And I know what it takes to keep that hunger under control. He's done that so far, despite his condition. So long as he sates his appetite elsewhere, I'm happy to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, so I've talked with Gale. Now, the only one I haven't talked to... Right, let's double check this. I want to make sure. Talk to Wyll, Gale, Astarion, and all the ones that are running with me. So I've talked with everybody but Halsin. In here... Why does the Traveler's Chest not move like I wanted to? Sort this by type. You see, I still have quite a few magical weapons lying around because I'm not sure if I need them going forward or if I can use them for cash, sort of a cash reserve. A lot of these I'm not really interested in using, like Sloane's Dream, the Amulet of the Unworthy, Amulet of the Branding. I don't really know how to use them with these current people. I don't know if I'm going to get any more companions because I haven't played through. Same thing that I have with these gloves. It's like there might be something that that's what I should use those gloves for, and then I'd go back to a save and use them. Detect Thoughts is kind of useless. Protection from Evil Good is kind of useless right now because they're concentration spells, and I don't have the time to cast them usually. These I kind of like, but right now the boots that I have on give me immunity to acid, so, you know, I kind of like that too. Same thing with this, you know, it can run across frozen ground, so if we get to someplace where I might need that, I can put that on somebody like a Karlak or a Wyll and get that taken care of. Excuse me a second, I gotta get a drink. A lot of talking I have to do when I'm doing these filmings. So I guess only thing I need left to do, really, I think I have everybody pretty much equipped out. I'm going to take Wyll back on this next adventure. I think after I find the dwarf, I might try and bring Gale in here because I'm dealing with a lot of arcane type stuff. And I think I might need him. I haven't talked to Halsin since, you know, we've entered this area. So I thought I should do that. Let's talk to Halsin.
Oakfather's blessings to you.
How do you know so much about the parasite?
I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
Okay. How will the Grove fare without you?
Hopefully. I've chosen a successor as first druid, Francesca of the High Forest. I sent a bird to summon her.
Who?
Precisely. Who indeed? You do not know, and neither do any of the others. The Grove needs to move beyond the mistakes of the past. What it needs is an unknown quantity. An outsider who can enforce the Oakfather's teachings without bias. This is why I chose Francesca. She will restore simplicity and purity to the Grove in my absence.
Oh. Won't this cause resentment?
Resentment will spring up like mushrooms no matter what I do. You cannot please everyone, and you'd be a fool to try.
It would have been easy surrendering your time. Won't you miss being first druid?
Miss it? Oh dear, no. It's a terrible burden. Takes you away from nature and forces you to deal with others' problems and personalities. Be wary of anyone who actually wants such a role, I say. Likely they don't understand it, or they have ill intent. I'm just glad to be out here amidst the Oak Father's creations.
Shadow curse you spoke of. Surely it can't be that bad.
It's had the whole region around Moonrise Towers in a chokehold of darkness and despair for years now. Those who remained are shadow-cursed. If you don't die at their hands, then you become one of them. We have to get to Moonrise, but the less time we spend in its blighted surrounds, the better.
Okay. What about the stronghold in the Underdark? You must know more.
Precious little. But I'm quite certain it can still be found.
And you want to go
Those
there?
illithid creatures threaten the natural order. It's my duty to do what I can to stop them.
Okay.
There's also the Shadow Curse. It's an affront and must be cleansed. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his Dark Justiciars years ago, but I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region before he was defeated. If I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse, just as you find a cure for your infection.
Is that why you went with Eridan? You thought he might find his route?
Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something about both the Shadow Curse and Ceremorphosis aberrations. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. We didn't even get close.
Do you know how the Shadow Curse can be stopped?
Perhaps. But we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said.
Okay. Seems like you feel responsible.
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
Okay. How are you faring here at camp?
Wonderfully. If I'm honest, the grove was too comfortable for my tastes. I felt removed from nature. I'll miss my books, but I can find all the wisdom they contain out here, firsthand.
You know, if there's anything I could do to make you less comfortable, let me know. You'll find plenty of books before long, and I keep coming across them everywhere.
Is that so? Well, nature does abhor waste. I will keep watch, thank you. I had a feeling time in your company would prove fruitful.
Okay. That's enough. So now I've completed the rescue of Druid. Okay. Does that mean he's... Nope, he's officially not in my party yet. Okay. That's... everybody but Shadowheart. I gotta go talk to my girl. Where's my girl? Where's my girlfriend? Where's my girlfriend? She's right across from Astarion. I don't like that. Alright, we gotta talk to Shadowheart, and then we're done. And we'll take a long rest. And get back on the road and probably have to put a cut in shortly thereafter. Alright, my dear. Let's talk. We haven't talked in a long time.
You know, I've been catching myself smiling more lately. I think that's your fault.
Okay. Here I need you again. I don't want to get rid of her. I want to talk about your shower. You seem to enjoy Mr. Dark Justiciars.
I was. He mentioned Dark Justiciars, and we've come across other signs of a Sharon presence during our travels. I'm not sure I can dismiss that as a coincidence.
Okay. Your shower worship.
I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
No problems with shower worshippers, if that's what concerns you. You should trust me, we're in the same boat after all. Let's try that. Need a 10, so I need to roll 4 or better. Please give me a 4 or better. Oh, bloody hack.
I said not for discussion.
I think I just lost some credibility with her. Yeah, I just lost all sorts of stuff with her. Dang it! Do I restart this?
Fine. Just keep out of matters that don't concern you.
Yeah, I need to restart this. I just lost her.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her?
Vilified by many, forbidden outright in parts.
Well, if that troubles you, perhaps you should fetch the bailiff to arrest me. Ah, but there's no bailiff here, is there? Just leagues of wilderness and the dangers lurking within. We're in this together. But I'll happily go it alone. My faith will keep me company.
Oh, jeez. Should I go down this route?
Very serious of you. But go ahead.
How are you faring?
It's strange. I've been dwelling on what I told you before about wanting to become a Dark Justicia. But perhaps I should be content with my lot. I'm already blessed to have you at my side, after all.
I don't know if I'm still in her good graces or not. Let's try this.
Fine. What's on your mind?
How am I holding up?
Quite splendidly, to give credit where it's due. You and I have shared some good times together, and it seems we have plenty in common.
What happened to the Druid Grove?
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have razed that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
Actually, man.
I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course.
No reason for us to not stay together if we get on well?
Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
Seems personal. I won't pry if it's not something you don't want
Thank
to talk
you.
about.
And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation.
Okay. I think I screwed up my relationship with her there by getting that critical one. So let's double check, see how badly off I lost credibility with her. Is it on this one? It's this one. Oh, she's up to a 64. I actually went up. Okay, I went up a little bit with her. For Wyll, did I get his approval up at all? Looks like I might have. He's up to a high 49. Karlak, you're the other one I talked to. Did you get your approval up? By 4 points. She's still neutral, but at least she's up a little bit. Okay. So we did all that. I guess we need to go to doing a rest. Let's go end the day.
All right.
Oh, not you. I am the one who has to end the day.
Believe this.
Come here.
Moving ahead.
I gotta see if I need to do anything here. Yes. Oh. I have to go talk to Astarion? Okay, I gotta go talk to Astarion again.
What's up for discussion?
Didn't know there was anything up for discussion with Astarion, but I guess there is.
Looking at something?
Just looking. What are you doing?
Looking too, but not seeing very much. Another quirk of my affliction.
Do you miss it, seeing your own face?
Preening in the looking glass. Petty vanity. Of course I miss it. I've never even seen this face. Not since it grew fangs and my eyes turned red.
It's never the best. You're not exactly aging gracefully. You don't need to worry about it. It's a very good face. What color were they before?
I don't know. I can't remember. My face is just some dark shape in my past. Another thing I've lost.
Okay, I don't want to...
What?
I see.
And what do you see? Exactly.
Strong, piercing
Oh.
eyes.
Go on.
Oh, I don't want to go down this route.
What? But I don't... Excuse me.
Okay, I think I've got myself away from going down a romantic with him. I just want to go to bed. Can I go to bed now? Sorry about that. It's just like, you gotta be kidding me. Let's go to bed. I'll have to use up very many things. 8. 17. 23 potatoes? My good lord. I need to come up with 8, huh? Well, there's 5. Now I need just 3. Oh, come on, something around here's got to be 3. Let's split out an apple and use that. There, I'm at 40. Okay, full rest. Should get everything back. We're gonna have a cutscene here. Gonna get it interrupted? No. Okay, nobody interrupted our camp rest. Thought for sure I would have something. Okay, first thing I have to do is speak with animals. These guys are not having a problem. So I think we're ready to go back into the void. And I'm at 26 minutes. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut it I'm going to cut it short here. And we'll start off by going back next time, okay? Went a little over last time. I'll go a little short this time, kind of balance it out. We'll go back into the Underdark next time and see if we can find that dwarf for that one person and maybe figure out what we're supposed to do for that Myconid monarch. We're probably going to run into Drugar and have to hear their side of the story. All right? All right. So if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button. If you really like to see, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notify bell. Be notified, upload videos, and or schedule streams. Please leave me comments. And I'm Dren608. Until we meet again, stay safe and bye-bye.